Hello, everybody. It's Sandra Pelly, the Sandini Inner Dragon Emissary, as well as the Galactic Shaman. And first of all, I want to tell you that this is the first use of the emissary part because something's really magical has been unfolding as I've been stepping into the energy of creating my life. And it brings me great pleasure today to introduce you to Christina de Souza. She is a beautiful friend. She has so much of my heart with just being in companionship with her on this journey. It's just been really, really magical. I'd like to introduce her as this powerhouse who is creating a really incredible opportunity for a lot of people if they choose to step into it. And that's the World Mastermind Cafe. Her background is financial. She has stepped into so much more than that. That is just a small part of herself. She has done really incredible work as a coach. She works with the sacred gifts, um, the finding your life on purpose, and so much more. And I could keep on waxing poetically about her, but I'd like to introduce her first of all. Hello, Christina.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here, Sandra.
For sure. Thank you. We're going to have a little bit of fun. So let me share my screen and I'm going to ask you a couple questions. We just have four this time. Last time we had five, and for some reason, four was really pulling at me. So we're going to go with four because there's 11 speakers. So 44 questions, like lots of power numbers there.
Love it.
So, how do you calm your heart when it's racing with overwhelm?
Whew. Well, isn't that a frequent? I don't think we can avoid overwhelm. How do I calm my heart? Well, usually it's creating some luxurious space around myself. I really am a person who likes to take the time to sit with things, allow them to show me what they want to. And often with overwhelm, it's usually overthinking. And it's usually a whole bunch of questions that my mind is reeling on that I'm not taking the time to answer. So I take the time to really listen inward, see what's there, be curious, and take the time to answer the questions that I might be overlooking or just
Yeah.
piling up.
I love that. And, knowing you as I do, I also am really cognizant. And I wanted to share this with the group as well, is that it's also about, taking the moment to listen to music or taking the moment to go outside and repot a plant. Like you're very tactile or, very aware of your sentience, your clairsentience, clairs. That's the word I'm looking for, clairs. And you really incorporate that in finding your way through the overwhelm.
Absolutely. I have a lot of go-tos actually, Sandra. I'm very aware of my surroundings and how impactful an environment is to our well-being. And when I take the time to, put on a soundtrack that really elevates the mood, or sometimes there's just something I need to feel into and I need something moody or a little bit gritty to kind of like pull it out. Uh, Soundtracks are fabulous for this. I also love to dance rather than walk. This is movement is incredibly transformative. If we can't move our emotional state, if we physically move, things start shifting really, really quickly. So our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings shifting any of that. So dance, music, getting outside into nature, slowing things down by taking some really deep breaths. I know that's one of yours for sure. And one I lean into often with you in mind, Sandra, you're very good at taking that moment. They're just beautiful ways to really allow our environment to support us and easy things to do. They're not difficult. Yeah.
I really appreciate those little nuggets that you've just shared with the group because I think now they've literally, if they didn't listen to anything else or if they didn't listen to any of these little videos that are being created, that alone is such a powerful tool for them to walk away with. So thank you so much for that. Yeah. Next question. Ready? Ooh, you're getting the good questions here. Oh my gosh. If your body could speak one sentence to you today, oh, we just had this conversation kind of, didn't we? If your body could speak one sentence to you today, what would it say?
I feel like it's a word and it's just listen, listen. As a person who actually experiences some physical discomfort with some nerve pain, I am a person who has to listen. And if I don't, if I get too busy, too other focused, too much down a tangent, I can overlook the things that are taking care of me. And my body often all it needs is for me to stop long enough to pay attention to what's happening so that I can better align myself to be more successful in what I'm doing or in my comfort or just really feeding it what it needs. And sometimes that's relax, sometimes it's movement, sometimes it's oxygen and some hydration, all those things that we can quickly spill over in a day and not pay attention to and get ourselves into some trouble. So
Yeah.
listen is the word.
I love that. I'm again, and just reflecting because of my knowledge of you, you are so how does this want to come through? When I hear the word so, it's actually SEW versus SO. You are very cognizant of the power of the moment, and when you're in that zone, how everything else can become oblivious. And I know for myself, like I've lived with a great deal of pain as yourself, and then many of us, I imagine, out there. And it's that sidetracking our mind that allows us to do something. And when we listen to that little thread that's pulling us in some direction to do something else instead of focusing in on what's going wrong, that's so powerful. So I love that. I love, love, love that. I actually want to create one of those. L is for, I is for. With
Yes,
that. Yeah.
exactly. And sometimes it's also I know the expression's been used in our conversations where it's like, oh, you're rearranging the chairs on the Titanic and you're missing the fact that the Titanic is going down. I think sometimes we can get busy by the screaming our systems can do and the overwhelm, and it goes to such heights before we start listening. And if we learned to know what those earlier signs were, those early warnings were, we could avoid a lot of our discomforts. So I love that. We should absolutely do that, Sandra.
Oh my gosh, I'm feeling the power of this conversation here.
Already, right?
Okay, next question. Ooh. Who's a spiritual or mythological figure you feel connected to and why?
Mm, connected to. There's so many. It's like pick one.
Who's running to the front of that group? Pick
I
me,
want to
pick
say the
me.
dragon, but I just don't even like. I feel like, oh, but I can't say that. I'm talking to Sandra Pelly.
You can
Like
say
it
the
feels like it's
dragon.
my dragon. Since I was little, if people said, "What's your favorite animal?" I'd say dragon, even though it's like, I know if you could be any animal, what would you want to be? A dragon. Um, when I found out that my um, the Chinese calendar, I was a snake. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm a dragon. I'm sure I am. And I kept going back, and I wanted it so badly to be a dragon. I'm like, there's a dragon in here somewhere. But why? Why a dragon? Because they're so incredibly loyal. That loyalty, the majestic nature, the power. There's just something so incredibly like of all the sort of like magic from childhood and movies and everything. Anything that had a dragon was pretty spectacular to me.
I love that.
Yeah.
I am really hoping that each of you who are watching this, as those questions are being asked, allow yourself to experience what it is for yourself. Because as soon as I asked that question of you, Christina, instantly I got Pegasus. And here I'm the dragon person, and you mentioned dragon, and I'm off with a unicorn type flying horse thingy, right?
Like
However,
the way.
yeah, exactly. I'm feeling the power of Pegasus for myself because it's like the impossible. I guess it's like bumblebees flying backwards, right? They can do it. And Pegasus is a flying horse. So just feeling the magic of that's what I'm connecting to, that I am doing the impossible. And I love the energy of that. And I love what you said about the loyalty with the dragon energy.
Yeah, I love that they have that bond with that their rider, and that they are that is sacred. That bond is sacred. There's something very special in there for me. I don't know what it is, but there's something gritty about that for me.
I love that. Okay, last question already. My goodness. I should have 10 questions because these go by way too fast.
They're fun.
Okay. Oh boy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Like, this is such a beautiful question for you, Christina. How has your sense of self evolved over the last 5 years?
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's changed completely. And it's just always interesting what questions bring out and bring up. 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, there's a little bit of a window of how this all flexed. I was sitting at the top of excitement and building and growing a business and success and all these powerful things. And well, life stepped in and knocked me off my horse, and trying to figure out how to step back in. And that sense of self, when you lose, I don't want to say lose might not be the right word, when your identity shifts. I'm still the things I've ever been. But what happened was I had to create space for a new version, new circumstances, new abilities, and new everything. And in doing that, it was almost like I lost myself. I didn't know how to answer these questions, these newfound questions in my life. I didn't know how to answer them. And the last 5 years have been a really beautiful journey of learning capacity, where, I was a professional Latin dancer and I could do all the things, all the, crazy contortionist. I, bend over and tie up my shoes is a good day, right? Like there's a big identity shift when you're looking at your capacity in different ways. And in the last 5 years, what I've really stepped into is I'm so much more than the titles, the roles, the goals. I'm more than just mom or sister or daughter. I'm more than. And the more than had a bit of grit to it and had me really look in and go, oh, well, what is that? And what I realized was I'm more human than I allowed myself to be. I didn't have to be so perfect and so on point and have all my T's crossed and I's dotted and all the things, Sandra, how it goes. Um, I could do it kind of messy. I could do it with bed hair and, be totally fine with it. I could, grit and grin and have half a smile because, this side is hurting. I just found out that I had a capacity far greater and stronger than what I thought I had in perfection. And what a long time ago, if you had said, Christina, you're going to get to this place in your life and you're going to have everything going for you, and then you're just going to, carpet's going to be ripped out from under you. What are you going to do? I would not have said, I'm going to be stronger. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to land on my feet over and over and over again because I'm so skilled at falling at this point, that I could teach courses, right? Like there's something so beautiful about learning and stepping into seeing so much more of yourself. And I think the biggest takeaway that I think that I've stepped into, or that in self-identity that I've really embraced, is that I'm not meant to be more than I am. I'm meant to be all that I am. And all that I am comes in every little nuance of, I've got a lot of imperfections. I'll be the first one to raise my hand. I will even point them out. I will let you laugh with me because I will be the first one chuckling, thinking, how cute is that? So very, very human. And I think that's the most beautiful gift that I've stepped into, is allowing myself to be completely that human.
Wow, I just want to say wow again because for anybody out there who has struggled and is wondering when the light of day is going to show up, know that you are the creator of the light of day. And hearing what Christina has said today is the proof in the pudding, right? It is truly. And I just want to do a quick little aside. and she may not like that I'm doing this. However, Christina made a comment about, bedhead. This is what she considers her bedhead. And she is so absolutely gorgeous. It's ridiculous. My bedhead doesn't look like that. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being you and being real. Really appreciate you.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to get together with you, Sandra. It's just always good times. You are in good hands if you were spending time with Sandra Pelly.
Thank you. So we will see you, ideally, each and every one of you, at the wonderful All About Woo Summit on September 2nd through 4th. And Christina is one of our beautiful storytellers and wisdom keepers. So thank you very much.